Yo, what's going on, guys? I'm back for my weekly comic book rant, and today I want to talk about my some of my pickups that I snagged from my local comic book shop this past week for New Comic Book Day, and man, it was a doozy. It was a huge week, man. So I got this. I'm getting this video out earlier than I did last week. I am so sorry, guys. It's just been crazy with work and trying to figure out the schedule. I just gotten so lazy doing these third shifts, but I'm gonna try to figure it out where I can record some videos ahead of time and put them out throughout the week, because I can't stand not having videos put out like I was doing before. But if you guys are new to my channel, this is where I talk about what I picked up from my local comic book shop, like I said, this past New Comic Book Day, and I tell you a little bit about what I snagged without getting into too big plot details and spoilery. And let's get into this.
Dylan, you son of a bitch.
So, I like to start off with my pick of the week usually. Lately, the past couple videos, I've been doing a couple picks of the week, like one pick for indies and one pick for Marvel and one pick for DC. So I'll probably stick with doing that for now. But man, I'll tell you, dude, all of these were indies. Half of the stack was indies. Man, I've come a long way, man. I have come a long way. But dude, it's a huge week, man. And we got some new books coming out from a new publishing company. And I would like to say that I think all these books are absolutely amazing, and it was so difficult to pick. But if I had to choose one for my favorite indie, it being a new title, AWA Upshot's Hotel Hell. Yes, and I'm so glad I just picked up John Lee's issues 1 to 3 of Mountainhead. And this is also the guy who writes this really awesome title I keep hearing about from my man, my Mad Cave brother. You know who you are if you're watching this, boss. We are always talking about, he's always telling me about this story called Sink by John Lee, and I'm trying to track down the 10 issues for a good price, but man, it's a low print run, and it's a smaller company that published it, so it's hard to find. So if anyone's got a lead on those Sync books for a good price, let me know, guys. But Hotel was absolutely awesome. You guys know how big of a fan I am of horror, and this is basically like this. I was a huge fan growing up of Tales of the Crypt. I'm a huge fan of what Ice Cream Man is doing. Anything like anthology horror, I've always been a fan of that. It's not always done right, but this was really cool. So it looks like we're gonna get 4 issues, and each story is gonna revolve around one hotel room, and it's kind of the point of view is kind of given at first, like in the beginning of Tales from the Crypt, how the Crypt Keeper gives his intro. There's like a hotel worker, the manager, the guy who signs you in, the desk clerk, who's basically telling you the story. And I thought that this was just really cool and super creepy and eerie, and I am absolutely ecstatic to see where this is gonna go. And reading this, I can't wait for Mountainhead to read Mountainhead, and I can't wait to, one of these days I gotta get Sync, because Sync is on, like, since I only need to get the first print of Ice Cream Man #1, and then my collection is complete, and then I'll be trying to get that Sync collection. You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm trying to get both of them right now. But dude, Hotel Hell, I highly recommend this. And the other one, see, there was 4 titles that came out this week from AWA. I was only able to get 2. I'll get the other 2 maybe next week, so I'll let you guys know when I get those. The Resistance. Now tell me, man, that ain't Ed Wood or Ed Harris and Harvey Keitel, man. Come on, man, come on. But this was crazy. I don't know why my shop only had the wraparound cover, but this was a really cool story with what's going on with all the you know what I'm saying, the stuff going on. The virus spreads, and you know, it's like 100% fatal. So the world is just shook, and it is absolutely crazy. This story was really cool. J. Michael Straczynski, Mike Deodato Jr., and Frank Martin did an amazing job with this book. The artwork was really good. I love this cover. The only thing, this girl looks really weird, but dude, this one I highly recommend. It's a bit of a read. You know who I'm talking about, Perry. You know what I'm saying? I bet he ain't even read this puppy yet. It'll take him a whole day to read that sucker. I love you, Perry. You know I'm just kidding, but for real, you know he ain't reading that sucker. Next we got coming out. If you did not pick this up, dude, go check my homies out, man. Mark London, you are a boss, man. Literally, you are the boss. And my man dropping Battle Cats issue 2, Tales of Valdaria. Man, this is awesome. I just finished volumes 1 and 2 of the original Battle Cats, and holy cow, I'm so pumped for volume 3. Thank God they put this out to hold me over, just to hold me over until that volume 3 comes out. I am loving everything this man Mark London is putting out, and Battle Cats is absolutely no exception. It is so awesome. It is violent, it is gory. It is, dude, it is so artistic and colorful, the way that the people who he gets to draw these and color. Dude, it is just so fun, man. It is so fun and so badass. Like, that's the only thing I can say. Badass Battle Cats. Check this out, guys. Check this out. Mad Cave is dropping nothing but fire. And next, continuing the trend of nothing but fire, Over the Ropes issue 4, Jay Sadlin slaying it as always. Hellfighter Quinn issue 1 was a banger, and Over the Ropes issue 4 is no exception. I have been loving this series. It's bringing me back to my childhood memories of when I used to watch WWE SmackDown, Monday Night Raw, John Cena killing it, and man, dude, Phoenix will rise, baby. You know what I'm saying? Check this out if you haven't. You can still pick this up, man. I was a little late to this on the game. I was about a month late. My boys, Two Brothers Comics, did an interview with Jay Sadlin. So did my boy Rockin' Robbie Billups. Go check them out if you haven't. They sold me on picking up this book. I was a month late to it, and I was still able to get issue 1. And I highly recommend you checking this out if you were late to it, and if you are any type of wrestling fan. Seriously, it's awesome. Next, we got my boy Michael Moreci dropping a banger on us as well. Don Diablo presents Hexagon issue 1, and I know my man Trinity was looking out for this one as well. I read this a few weeks back, maybe like a month ago now, on digital, and man, this is even better on physical. This is an awesome book. It is straight up this is straight up like The Last Starfighter, but in its own way, completely, more modern, and has a little Stranger Things twist with it, with the kids and stuff, because The Last Starfighter, the guy was like a grown-ass man. This is based with kids, but man, I highly recommend this. Michael Moreci is just amazing, man. He is really amazing. Next, we got one of my favorite, one of my favorite Western books. I mean, I'm loving Savage Bastards, but dude, issue 2 I think was even better than issue 1. Undone by Blood, The Shadow of a Wanted Man, issue 2. This story is just so much fun. It's so awesome. It's a straight up revenge Western story, basically telling 2 stories, The Shadow of a Wanted Man and Undone by Blood. It's 2 stories in one. And man, both stories are really awesome and intriguing, and I'm just so intrigued into this. It's beginning to be like a detective revenge story with this girl, and it is just really cool. And man, I'm a huge Western fan, so it's just awesome, man. It sold me from day one, and I'm just so glad that it's an awesome read. Next, we got, oh my god, man, these are nothing but bangers. Indy slayed it this week. Something is Killing the Children, issue 6, the beginning of a new story arc, and man, this story just keeps getting better and better. I had a feeling that this story could go anywhere. I'm so glad that I think it was going to be just 5 issues at one point, and then quickly they turned this into an ongoing, and I'm so happy because we're getting into some backstory with Erica Slaughter. And I believe that this story arc is called The House of Slaughter. Man, this was The House of Slaughter Part 1, and man, we're getting into some good stuff, man. We're getting into some good stuff. I highly recommend you checking this out. She's on a new mission. She is left behind, the last story arc, but some shit's still gonna go down, man, and she ain't gonna be able to just leave that last mission the way she thought she was, man. And oh my god, man, this story is just so good. It just gets better and better with each issue. James Tynion and Werther Dell'Edera and Miguel Muerto just slaying it, man. They come together and put a brilliant book together. This came out last week, but I wasn't able to get it last week, so I obviously I got it this week. Jim Henson's The Storyteller Ghost. I know my boy Perry said that he really enjoyed this. Not saying that I didn't either. I thought it was awesome. Maybe I just had so many awesome indies come out this week that this was just not as amazing as some of the other stuff. Maybe if I got this last week, because I didn't have many indies last week, it would have been a little bit better. But I still thought it was a really cool story, really creepy. I know he has kids, so it maybe hit him a little bit harder than it does me. I mean, I got my dog, my boy Bane, who's like my son. But dude, this was really cool, really creepy. It's the milling. What is that? Yeah, the miling. It's about, it basically starts off almost with an old man talking to his dog by the fire, and he tells his dog a ghost story before bed. So I love that, man. I absolutely loved it. I was actually debating on maybe trying to snag the variant cover, because I am a huge Jim Henson fan, always have been since a kid. And I don't know if I'm able to. My shop didn't get the variant, so I was kind of bummed about that. But what can you do? But I really did enjoy that story. Next we got Middle West issue 16. You guys know I have just been loving this. The kids. This is probably one of my, if not my favorite Image title. We got the kids basically, planning their escape, and this issue, they are putting that plan in motion. And man, nothing goes the way that they planned, but you find out some really crazy things. And the head of the farm, he's taking a liking to our main guy here. And dude, this story it is so cool, man. The way that this is playing out, Scotty Young has just been threading the needle through this story every damn issue, and I just love every issue. I have loved this series so much. This is one of those series that really has brought me into loving indies and want to dip my foot into more stories, because this was one of the first indies I really jumped into a few years back when it first started, and wow, it just has never disappointed me once. And Jorge Corona on the artwork is just so good, and man, I highly recommend you guys picking that up in trade or whatever you can, because it's just a fantastic read. Next we got another Image title, Spawn issue 306. I changed to the McFarlane cover, so I was supposed to have my Gunslinger. For some reason, I think this was also a McFarlane and Philip Tan cover, so they screwed up and all he could get me was this. I'm praying he said that he's got the McFarlane Gunslinger still coming, because that is the one I really wanted. But I planned on picking this up anyways because it has the first cover appearance of, I think Raptor is his name. And this was a really cool story arc. It is a little confusing, but I read in the back it's supposed to confuse you, and there are some big things coming. No more Jason Sean Alexander on the arts anymore. We got Philip Tan for a couple more issues to issue 308. Then we got a new artist picking up, and that is Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man artist Ken Lashley. So man, dude, but what he wrote a little, there was an epilogue in the back, or really just kind of a letter to the fans, and man, Spawn is cranking up, man. Spawn is cranking up for something big. And all that 300 story that went with everything that started with 300, that story arc, it's I feel like it's coming to a fault pretty soon, and I'm excited to see what Todd McFarlane's plan has been, because I I'm liking Spawn. I really am. Every Blue Moon this issue's like, oh, it's okay, but there's never been an issue where I'm like, oh, this is just garbage. You know, Todd McFarlane always puts out great work, great artwork, and the book is always just enjoyable for me to read. I mean, I've been a Spawn fan since day one, and it's just, I love it. Next, we got Boom Studios and IDW's Mighty Morphin Power Rangers TMNT issue 4 out of 5. Only one more issue. Then this series will be concluded. Man, I'm gonna miss it, but this story has just been awesome. The artwork is absolutely phenomenal. I really wish I could have got that FOC variant, because that was just really cool, with Leo holding the katana and then the reflection of the Rangers in there. We got the first appearance of the Ninja Rangers, and then we got the first appearance of the Ninja, or well, yeah, the Ninja Rangers, and then we got the the Ninja Rangers, but then there's what are they called? The Turtle Rangers, and then the Ninja Rangers, because as you see, they don't, the original Power Rangers don't have their gears, so they kind of dress up as ninjas, and then the Turtles get the power coins, which is absolutely awesome. This has just been the funnest story. If you haven't been picking this up, you gotta snag it in trade when it comes out, because this has just been the funnest story ever, man. I've just loved this, man. It has brought me nothing but fond memories of my childhood. And yeah, man, I highly recommend it. The artwork is absolutely amazing. And I think if you're any type of Turtles fan, Power Rangers fan, you're gonna love it. Next, we got Undiscovered Country, issue 5. Issue 5, and this story is actually starting to pick up. The artwork was really fantastic in this. I thought that this issue was actually, besides issue 1, was probably one of the best issues. We're starting to finally, you know, figure some more stuff out, and I'm really excited to see where this is going to go, because for a while I was really debating if I was going to stay on with Undiscovered Country, because I wasn't feeling it for a couple issues at all. But yeah, you know, I liked it. Issue 1 of Dark Horse's new title, Starship Down. When I was reading the solicits for this, it was kind of maybe giving me some The Thing vibes, with you know, these scientists coming upon alien wreck, or you know, old wreck that happened millions of years ago. They're kind of finding something in Antarctica. It's not really like that, but it has a hint of that. I did really enjoy this. It was kind of a fast read, but the ending was kind of weird to me. The way, you know, we see like an alien spaceship. We see like writings on the wall, kind of like caveman writings. But then the ending really threw me for a loop, and I was like, you know, I think I'm gonna definitely give this a shot for issue 2. I did really enjoy it, but I don't know, you know, it's more of it's not, I thought it might go more the horror route, but it seems more sci-fi, so we'll see. I'm debating on if I'm gonna pick that up, but yeah, you know, I still did enjoy it though, because I just got so many titles on the pull, so it's hard. You gotta pick and choose, and I'm picking a lot nowadays, especially with the job. And this is the last book I picked up for the indies, just, you know, snagging that wraparound Finger Guns cover. Gotta support my man Justin Richards, you know what I'm saying? This is just an awesome title, and I really wanted to have that this wraparound, so I'm glad to add that to the collection, because I know that next issues aren't gonna have variants, I don't believe, so I just wanted to have that for the collection. Next, we're gonna get into my Marvel pick of the week, and I would say it was a tough choice between two. I'd say Star Wars issue 4 was my pick of the week. We're getting into some really cool stuff with you know, Leia getting frozen into some carbonite, and we're just getting a lot of cool in-between storyline with Luke trying to find his lightsaber, and him deciding he doesn't need the lightsaber to become a Jedi, and him struggling with kind of Obi-Wan ignoring him, and Yoda not answering him back when he's calling out to the Force. And yeah, man, Star Wars has just been really cool. I'm loving it. So the one that was really competing for it was X-Force issue 9. Yeah, 9. This was a really cool issue. We get some really cool panels in this. One of like the first page, you know, all the X-Force, all the X-Men, they come to this kind of jungle, and they to be able to let loose, man. And dude, it was just really fun. This issue was absolutely awesome. And dude, Benjamin Percy has just been slaying it on this title consistently, man. Next, we got Captain America issue 20. This story has been it's been okay. You know, we get some little Black Widow appearance in this. You know, I can't. It's like hard to really tell you what's going on in the story because like last issue, I know Peggy Carter came back, and you know, I'm really just buying this for the Alex Ross covers. You know, I read it, but it kind of just goes in one ear and out the other because it's like, I don't know what Ta-Nehisi Coates is doing. Like, well, some issues are actually pretty good. Nothing has been amazing ever though. The last issue with bringing Peggy Carter back was probably the best issue, I'd say. But yeah, man, Alex Ross has really just been keeping me in. And man, is that Black Widow with a nose ring? I swear I think Black Widow has a nose ring right there. You probably can't see that. But next we got Morbius the Living Vampire issue 5. I'm gonna see. I've been staying on this because I heard Blade is coming in it for you know, once we get Blade in here and then that ends, I'll probably be dropping this because anything with Blade in it I'm in for. But I have actually been enjoying this. I just gotta start dropping stuff. As I'm saying that, like, I should be dropping this, honestly, I really should, but because Captain America is my favorite character, I like just can't bring myself to do it because of those beautiful Alex Ross covers. But Morbius the Living Vampire has been fun. We get some really cool like horror stuff in this. I'd say that this is, you know, besides Immortal Hulk and Venom and Thor, I actually do really like this for a horror book. I do really like it. I know some people don't like Vita Alea's writing, but I really do like this, so it hasn't been bad at all to me. But I've never been a Morbius guy, so that's like my first introduction to him. So if you're like a big Morbius guy, I don't know, let me know in the comments. Have you been liking Morbius at all? Like, maybe to a huge time or a long time fan it might be garbage, I don't know, but to me I like it. Next we got some True Believers, Fantastic Four. You know, I wasn't going to pick these up, but I saw some Galactus. I thought this was actually kind of cool. Because I don't have, like, room for some of these True Believers, man. Because I don't bag and board them anymore. I used to. I bag and board a few of them that are, like, you know, rare in the sense that I'll never get that book ever in my life. So I just kind of bag and board, like, the Mysterio ones and the old school ASM ones. But this one was written by Stan Lee. So I was like, you know, I'm a sucker for anything written by Stan Lee, so I snagged that one up too, the Avengers. And then I got the JLA, Grant Morrison, but I might really cut back on picking these up. I've only been picking up a couple. I don't pick all of them up anymore, but yeah, you know, I gotta see about that. So my pick of the week for DC is, dude, this one was easy peasy, baby, and that would be Deceased Unkillables issue 2. This was an absolutely badass story. I've just been loving this, and we kind of find out now that this is actually a prequel. It's almost like a prequel to the original Deceased. Prequel, you know, kind of taking place in the middle. The first issue was a prequel. I'd say, actually, you know, in a way, or it kind of takes place in the same time. At first you kind of thought that it took place after. Now it's kind of taking place in between or a little bit before. But man, this was just a badass cover. I really am enjoying the artwork in this. And Tom Taylor, I think, just announced that he's going to do another Deceased. So this story is going to keep continuing, and man, I hope we get some more horror homage variants, baby. I want some more movie horror homage variants. I don't want movie horror homage variants unless they're going to be badass. I want horror ones, because that Suicide Squad movie variant is a damn cop-out, Tom Taylor, and I can't believe you let him do that. I really can't. Like, you've been killing it getting these artists, or DC's been killing it with the horror ones, and then for the last issue you get that stupid ass Suicide Squad. What the hell are you thinking, man? But next we got Batman 91. I couldn't get my Penguin variant, man. I couldn't get my Penguin variant because everyone's going nuts, thinking punchline. Punchline ain't even in this shit, man. This was a great issue. It's a great issue, but I wanted my Penguin variant. Like, can a guy get his Penguin variant? Come on, man. Help a brother out. I need my Penguin variant. Come on, though, for real. I got the Riddler one. I need my Penguin to go with this. Some really cool stuff going on. We get some really cool stuff with Designer and the Riddler. I'm really excited. James Tynion, is killing it. It's such a huge difference between his Batman story and Something Is Killing the Children. It's just crazy, man. Like, this man is a really fantastic writer, and I'm just loving the hype that he's bringing to Batman. So, yep. Next, we got the Lolo Woods issue 4. I believe maybe, 1 or 2 more issues? I think maybe 6. I think these are 5 or 6 issues, most of them. I think they're 6, actually. I don't really care about this. I don't really care about it. It's stupid, honestly. That's all I can say. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Only reason I'm picking it up is for the Sea Dog story, because I'm already so deep in it. But next we got Plunge issue 2. This is better. This is better. It's not as good as Basketful of Heads. I do like it, but I liked issue 1 a little bit better. Issue 2 was actually really cool, but it was kind of, I was like, what? You know, it was weird. I didn't really understand what was going on. I hope issue 3 kind of clarifies it, but I kind of expected a little bit more from Joe Hill, because Basketful of Heads was like, I was sold on that from issue 1. I know some people didn't like issue 1 that much, but maybe this one's been a little bit more wordy, and usually that doesn't bother me, but I don't know, man. Something about this, it's not as good as I thought it would be. It's still good, it's just not as good as I thought. Yeah. But next we got He-Man and the Masters of the Multiverse, issue 5 of 6. So 1 more issue, then it will be concluding. And this has just been a blast from the past. I always loved He-Man growing up, and yeah, man, my uncle always loved it as well, and he always had all the toys, so that was something we kind of bonded over as that when I was younger, because he was older than me, and he was one of the people I always kind of looked up to, because I'm the oldest of 7, so he was kind of the older brother that I never had. But yeah, man, He-Man has just been awesome, and if you can see, my uncle actually hooked me up with this awesome Star Wars shirt. He actually got me a few, so if you're watching, thanks, Unc, appreciate it. Next we got Aquaman issue 58, and man, I don't know how much longer I'll be on this. I'm actually probably gonna drop this pretty soon. You know, I stayed on it for the Aqua Baby, and I was like, I'm gonna drop it after that. Then I saw Orm was coming in, and I was like, ooh, Orm is actually pretty cool. So I was like, let me see what's gonna go on with that. And now Mara is she's like in a coma, and now that we're getting some stuff that Volko is taking over, and he's gonna be, you know, taking the place of Mara while she's down. And then we're getting some stuff that Volko might be getting, there's something with her and Mara going on. Not that like you guys are gonna think, but there's some secret plan that she had in case something ever happened to her. I really don't want to divulge it in case, I can't remember if they said it last issue, so I don't want to say it because it might be a spoiler in case you're reading. But I have enjoyed Aquaman for the most part. There has been a couple issues I haven't liked, but you know, like I said, I gotta start dropping some things, so Aquaman might be on its way out. If not next issue, it will probably be very soon. Very soon, I'm gonna have to drop it. But thankfully, a lot of some titles are ending. A lot of the miniseries are on their way out, so that should help. Help my wallet. Next, we got Year of the Villains, Hell Arisen issue 4, and this is the last issue. This is concluding, but this is going into the Dark Knights, heavy metal. This kind of, goes into that basically. So what happens in this issue kind of is gonna, affect what happens in that series. So it's a little taste of what we're gonna get in that. Not really because James Tynion is writing this, but I snagged that variant, and like I said before, I couldn't get my issue 3 variant because of all this punchline crap. I wanted my variant so bad because all I have are all the variants for this. So I have one main cover, which I'm not complaining, but I really wanted that variant just to go with all of my covers, which is a bummer because that is a badass cover, and so is that issue 3 cover. So I really wanted those to go with the whole set, so that was kind of a bummer. I would have liked to have that, but hey, you can't get them all. You can't get them all. Next week, last but definitely not least, Teen Titans issue 40. Yeah, we got the World War Genie, and the kids have to pull a supernatural and basically die, or kind of pull a supernatural, which they actually make a reference to supernatural. This is the shit that Sam and Dean do, which I thought was awesome. And then almost like a Flatliners, where they gotta go to hell to save Jin. And man, this was a really cool issue. So now it wasn't the best, but it was cool. It was actually a really quick read. But I've been enjoying Teen Titans. If it stays at this pace, I might drop it at the arc, but I have been enjoying Teen Titans for the most part. But I really gotta start dropping stuff. I really do, man. I gotta, you know what I'm saying? I gotta learn to just give up, because I'm really loving these indies I'm picking up, and there's a lot. Like I said, I picked up all of those AWA titles, and I plan on picking all of them that are coming out, picking up all the Mad Cave Comics books. That's a given. There's no way I'm not picking up all the Mad Cave books. But yeah, man, it was a great week in comics. Let me know what you guys picked up, and let me know in the comments down below what you guys thought. If there was anything I missed, you know, I'm sure there's maybe one or two things, but probably not much, because I picked up almost everything. I know I didn't get that Spider-Woman, but that wasn't on my radar at all. The Robin wasn't, because it's a $10 book. But yeah, guys, let me know in the comments down below. And if you guys wouldn't mind hitting that like button on your way out, hitting that subscribe, hitting that bell notification, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.